Welcome back to the Nerdyverse. I'm your host, Chris Pewitt, and today we're talking about RDJ Doctor Doom and what their plan for his is, and kind of why Doom was actually their plan all along. So I'm not going to go full deep dive into this because there's lots of details, and I actually made a 45-minute video before this talking about this whole situation. So this is more of a brief version of that, just in case if you guys don't want to watch the whole 45-minute thing. But that'll be out hopefully in the next few days. But we're going to be talking about RDJ Doom. So Robert Downey Jr. was obviously cast as Doom about 9 months ago, and it's been all the rage. It's basically dominated the whole fan theories since then, and there have been many theories, and I have many theories about what he's doing in these movies, whether he is a version of Tony Stark that turned evil and became Doom, or if he's actually playing the real Victor Von Doom from a different universe, or if he's from our universe and just was banished. There's many theories, and I can't get into all of them because it would take hours. But we're going to talk about why RDJ was picked as Doom. Okay? So before he was announced, there was many rumors over the 4 years, or the 5 years from Endgame until last year's Comic-Con. There are many rumors about RDJ coming back to play Iron Man, even to play Doctor Doom. There are many rumors. And also, I might add, the first role RDJ actually auditioned for Marvel was Doctor Doom. He went in and screen tested for Doom for the first FF movie in 2005. Obviously, he didn't get it, but that was interesting because he first auditioned for that for Fantastic Four, and then eventually got the Iron Man role. So that's just another possible connection. Okay, at Comic-Con in 2024, when the Russos actually announced Doom, or announced Victor, announced Robert as Doom, they said they had to get the best actor in the world to play Doctor Doom. And they said Doctor Doom is a very confusing character, and then RDJ came out and said, what can I say? I love playing complicated characters. New mask, same task, all that stuff. But it's obvious the Russos love RDJ, and that RDJ loves the Russos. Interestingly enough, they weren't the ones who actually called him to come back. He called them to come back. So RDJ actually signed on a full year before the Russo bros signed on. So he signed on probably around January or February of 2023, maybe even earlier. And the Russos signed on the following year, and then were announced that summer. So that also puts it into perspective that Marvel were planning on Doom for at least 2 years as of now. They at least wanted Doom in early 2023. And that was before the whole Majors court issue stuff, and that was before Marvel fired Jonathan Majors, who is the actor that played Kang. And Kang was their whole plan, right? But I believe Doom was gonna be the eventual villain, right? So in 2022 Comic-Con, Marvel announced Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. And naturally everyone assumed, okay, Secret Wars is going to have Kang because Doom hasn't been brought in yet. They're gonna just replace Doom with Kang. Now I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. One, Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, is too much of a comic fan to replace such an iconic character in such an iconic story. Feige was the one who was sneaking comic books to the old X-Men cast when their director told them they couldn't read any. He was the one fixing Wolverine's haircut for the original X-Men movie. He was the one complaining about the costumes. He was the one who always fights for comic accuracy and for honoring the comics, right? So I just don't believe he would take such an iconic A-level S tier villain like Doctor Doom and replace him with a B, C tier villain like Kang the Conqueror. I just do not see that. And I believe there's evidence for that. Because the whole Kang situation, I find it similar to the Loki or the Ronin situation, those villains from the Infinity Saga, right? Thanos was always sending henchmen. He sent Ultron, right? Or he technically didn't send Ultron, but after Ultron failed to get the Mind Stone, Thanos was like, "Fine, I'll do it myself," and then waits like 3 years. But that's not the point. So I'm just saying that it's perfectly regular to have more minor villains and then a big villain to just oversee it all. And I do believe they would have had Doctor Doom in the original Secret Wars. It might have been in a minor, more small role, but I believe he would have definitely been in it, and I believe he would have probably taken the power of the Beyonder Kang, like he takes the powers of the Beyonders in the comics, and then forms his world, his battle world. I believe that's what would have happened, but technically we don't know for sure. So that's just some of those rumors. And this kind of goes hand in hand with Marvel fans talking about how RDJ as Doom is a break glass kind of desperation move by Marvel to get people back in the theaters. And one, they're kind of right. Yes, it's going to get everyone back in the theaters, but it's not just because, let's make the most money. No, they have a story, right? The writers, Stephen, or actually this time it's just Stephen McFeely, I think. He called the Russo brothers and told them about this idea that like activated his thinking of this whole Doom story, right? Because originally the Russo brothers didn't want to do Secret Wars. They said, quote, "We just didn't have a story. We didn't have a way in. We were resistant for a while. They didn't agree to direct the movies until close collaborator and screenwriter Stephen McFeely pitched his story for the Avengers sequels. When McFeely told them this idea, the Russo brothers were instantly captivated. We went, that's the story. That story has to be told. It's a really powerful story." This quote from the Russo brothers just shows that they know the importance of telling a true story. They told a great story in Winter Soldier, in Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. They had the same writer, Steve McFeely. Now, in those movies, he had his writing partner, Christopher Marcus, also with him, but he's not here right now for these movies. But the Russo brothers know the importance of RDJ to the MCU fan base. They know the gravitas of his sacrifice in Endgame. They know that they can't just bring him back for a fast cameo or for a worthless character. They know they have to hit this, and Feige knows it, all of Marvel knows it, all of the fans know it, and I believe they are going to get it done. That's all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.